Hi, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm excited about this. I really am excited about this. I have in my hand here two putters, Fazer XR2, and these are $49.99. Now, when you hear cheap putter like that, it screams probably not a lot of tech. Maybe, maybe not. I've also got in my hand the putter that I'm currently gaming. Cobra 3D printed putter with a rad face, and this is the Supernova edition. Now this thing's been an absolute godsend and it's been a great addition to the bag this year. But there's a little bit of a price difference. This is £269 and this is, well, just under 50. When I think cheap, I think wavy, I think not much weight, I think crap, if I'm being perfectly honest. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk through a bit of the tech, and then right at the end of the video, we're going to put which one I like out of these Fazers to the test against my really expensive Cobra putter. So the first thing that strikes you when you hold a putter like this and sort of this price point is, well, number one, the head cover. It feels premium. It has a nice leather to it, it has a nice closing mechanism, and that head cover fits really nice and snug. Okay. Other thing is, we tend to get what is a more premium grip. Now this is a putter that has a thicker grip and one that I have really enjoyed gaming with this flat top edge. Also has Arcos in the bottom. So imagine you pull this out your bag and your friends can see it, real premium look, but then when you're gripping it, it does feel really nice in your hands. That sort of thickness of grip feels really nice in those hands. It's yeah, it looks good. The color coding all matches, which is a real nice look to it. Okay, let's now take off the head cover. Again, premium on the inside. Have a look at that in there. Nice and soft, never getting scratched, excuse the dirt. It's like a putter I've used. As you place it down, the first thing that you're going to notice, and you can see here, is that it looks like something, well, from the future. It looks like a spaceship. I guess, well, it's sort of named after a star, supernova, I think that's right. So what tech do we have in here? Well, it's a 3D printed putter, so that sounds like one of the first of its ever. When it's a 3D printed putter, what Cobra is saying is that that's going to give it a higher level of precision when it's made, allowing them to create a multi sort of material lattice, which essentially creates a higher MOI. And for all us non-golf geeks, MOI basically means moment of inertia, which is how forgiving our putter is, which is really nice. So looking at it here, what we're saying the 3D printed area is sort of this sort of black area around the outside. You then got this aluminium strip, which separates the weight, adds it to the exterior, again, making it a little bit more forgiveness, allowing your crap hits, so when you're hitting that putt a little bit off the toe, a little bit off the heel, still to go a pretty good distance, or actually still to have a chance of holding it, creating basically a bigger sweet spot. The final piece of tech in this, and this is what I actually had to check 3 or 4 times when I first got this putter, is the sick face. Now have a look at that. Best way I can describe it is you can see you've got grooves within grooves within grooves, and essentially helping you off all areas of the face get a nice even roll. Even roll means you're going to have a good chance of holding the putts. So that's a lot of tech in there, isn't there? For a putter, surely that's a lot of tech. And when I think of putters, if it says hold these putts here, I often thought when I was a kid, like, does that actually matter? I'm not looking to hit it 300 yards. If I get out of the middle, I'm only going to roll on the ground. Does all that tech matter? Well, proof's in the pudding, because we're going to test them at the end. But it definitely is really nice to line up. And I've hit the one out the toe here. Again, it goes pretty straight. I'm going to align this one out the heel and hit it, and it sets off pretty well. And you don't tend to get the vibration up it like you would traditionally on a normal putter. Okay, let's have a look at these two, because they are essentially the same putter, but 2 different variations. Now, I really want to remind you of this. In the past, when I've had a cheap putter or a less expensive putter when I first started playing, all I remember them being like really light and like a feather and just, like I say, crap, not great at all. Get in those comments though, are you using sort of more of a blade or more of a mallet style putter right now? I'd love to sort of know what you're doing. Okay, so First thing that's going to strike you here is the head cover. The feel, the look, the actual unwrapping of the putter doesn't feel as premium. I would say maybe this would wear potentially, or the Velcro might go. It definitely doesn't feel as premium. That's the first thing that I would say. The second thing though, actually, this really surprised me. The quality of this grip and the actual style of this grip. Now I know in modern golf right now, all of us are going down this route of going for a thicker grip putter, but it's nice to see it on a putter like this. And if you feel it, it's a really good material, pretty much matching what I have on my Cobra putter. That's a big positive. Let's get these both unwrapped. So I actually just want to mention these inside. Have a look at that. I mean, they're no way near as premium, just to feel and just to look. So questionable on the, well, the security of your putter. So we've got two models here. We've got the P450 and the P400. So we've got more of a, let's say, more of a mallet style putter and sort of a semi-blade style putter. So first off, I mentioned this at the start, and that's why I want to bring it up first really. The weight of them's fantastic. Like, they don't feel, as soon as you put it in your hand, like, in inverted commas, a cheap putter. They actually feel pretty premium in the weight, and that really excites me, because in the past when I've sort of hit putts with the putters like this, like, the weight's been an issue. Back of the hole. The weight's been an issue, and then when it's sort of not heavy enough, like, you then struggle to sort of control the pace of that putter. 2 for 2. Oh my God, get it in the bag. So technology-wise, well, I hate to say it, there's not a lot going on in comparison to the Cobra. I mean, we have this little bit of an insert on the face here with these lines on to help it and help the roll, but perimeter weighting, different technologies, the mill, different materials, well, there's pretty much none of it. It's just really a block with a bit of a groove on it. Yeah, so when I'm looking at a putter, like, that feel and that weight is a massive thing, as well as how it looks. So the black finish, and then this one with the 3 balls on it, or 2 balls, 3 being the one that you put in, and the line down the middle does make it quite nice and easy to line up. See what this face feels quite fast, quite firm compared to what I've been using. That sick face definitely feels a little bit softer. This feels a lot more, the word I'd use is springy off the face. Right, well, what do you think of these? Like, for what they are, they're definitely a great price point in terms of the putter that we're getting, in terms of the grip that you get and the overall look. I'm a really big fan of the black and the red and the white. It makes it a real nice distinction of where you're aiming and your alignment. And then the final thing is on this one right here. If you look at this close, you can see this nice little orange line to signify the center. So granted, no real tech, just made from one solid piece of metal. Yeah, let's give them a go and give them a test. You know what I'm going to test? This has really surprised me. I'm going to put this one up against mine. First up, we're going to go with the $49.99 Fazer PF400. I've gone with this one. Looks like I've got a bigger face. First test, we're going to do both here on the distance one. So I've got 20 foot, 25 and 30 foot. Let's see how many I can hold, but also how many go in the box, because that's our gimme distance. Okay, so actually, the last putt I didn't hit very good at all, but it still ended up all right, hasn't it? If I'm perfectly honest though, there's not much between them at this stage. This one feels a lot nicer, but is that because it's more familiar? And it definitely feels a little bit softer, which I really like. It's a great combination of it being damp, is the word I'd use, is like a dampened noise, a dampened feel on it, whereas that feels like it might go off like a rocket in your hand. So on slow greens that might be good, but in the summer on fast greens that could be a little bit hard to control. Okay, the final bit of this test, this is the crunch time, isn't it? That bit, that chances, those sort of 4 foot and 9 feet, these ones you want to hold for our par, our 2 points, or even those cheeky 3-pointers. Let's see. Okay, listen to this. This is what I think. When you're purchasing a putter that is a little bit more expensive, so that top end putter, you're going to get those things like a really nice head cover that's stitched with leather with a nice inside. You're also going to get what is probably a little bit more tech, i.e. what you could see on the faces from the sick face to these just here. Also the perimeter weighting, the 3D printed. Okay, but listen, hear me out here. Considering these are $49.99, you can't expect that they're going to have a ton of tech in it, right? It's just not going to happen because of the price. But I think this absolutely delivers. They look good. You've got options. You've got good grips. You've also got a putter which has a good weight to it. And I'm banging on about this so much because I believe in it so much more, that you've got to have a putter which feels like a nice weight, has a weight to it. And in the past, cheap putters like these just haven't had them. Definitely give them a go. Realise that they're not going to be as forgiving off-centre hits. On-centre hits might feel a little bit faster depending on what you're used to. But you know what? They get a thumbs up for me for their price point. Might go in the bag.